How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the G&T show, episode 17, Glenn, that's correct, isn't it?
17.
With a cracker of a guest as well. Second episode of the new year in Jamie Goonery.
Thanks for having me, lads.
Of course, no problem at all. How are you keeping?
Good. Third. It's been first full week of January, Saturday. Needed an extra copy for my way over. But it's the fitness industry in January in Ireland. It's what we live for. It's our pinnacle of our year, and it's where everyone comes and has all their high hopes and all their aspirations for the year, and you have to deal with everybody. No matter what you think of when you come through the door, you have to give everyone the same treatment and people surprise you, which is great. So this is usually week one of what is the start of it, hopefully in our mental year.
Of course.
Hopefully with restrictions fucking staying away. Because it's a nightmare, isn't it?
At the moment, yeah, it is. It's just, that's why I'm kind of glad I have the gym and I have such a strong business to keep me grounded and not take me away from looking at what's going on. And if we are truly honest, I don't want to sit here badgering the government over the last couple of years, of the last 18 months about what's going on. There's things that I haven't agreed with, there's probably things that I agreed with, but at the end of the day, I just have to keep positive and keep focusing on what you do, and I think that's the only way that's got me through it. And the restrictions.
It's been a lot worse than now, anyway. We went through a tough time where there was no even gym open.
No. I remember that time we couldn't go past 2 kilometres.
Like, I was talking to the lads actually today about, we had a yoga class on for the first time and it was full, and the yoga instructor was actually doing, just after we only had 1 or 2 people inside, the yoga instructor, I got in for me just because I wanted to get a little bit, I wasn't doing much meditation around like that, I wanted to get stretching into yoga, like more mobility, and I wanted to do like a little bit of meditation. And I remember saying to the lads, I remember someone walked in on the yoga and we were like, you're not allowed in here. I was like, we've a decent sized gym. We went there one-on-ones in the gym. It was like, I was like that thought process is manic.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Crazy.
Considering what we used to go through where the fella sweat, you stood on the bench and you were diving on it.
Listen, we have a heated chamber in the gym and thank God they're back open and they're a little bit more spaced out now and it's a little bit more controlled. But we used to just throw 20-25 lads into a room and sweat the shit out of them. And rock on. But listen, things have changed probably for the better. Some things we need to live a little bit more open about. Don't want to lose everything we've had before COVID.
Exactly.
And just touching on it here, obviously there's a couple of we've gained a couple of listeners just from our last episode, so there might be a few listeners who aren't familiar who you were and where you're based, kind of thing. So if you could tell the listeners just kind of a bit about yourself.
So obviously my name is Jamie Goonery. I am PT, fitness entrepreneur, I don't say influencer, an influence in the fitness industry is what I like to say. I have a gym called Sandy Fitness out in the Lucan area in South Dublin. I'm open since 2014 and we have, I don't know how many members we have now, it's over the hundreds, and team of 6 trainers who are very hard working, which we'll probably go through in the episode. Online coach, brand ambassador to multiple companies. Probably this goes on, fortunately, but probably unfortunately for the listeners today. But yeah, it's my categories got bigger over the years. Not that something that I'm pushing, but it's something that comes with territory when you work hard. Which I hope young fitness PTs, entrepreneurs are here to listen to a story that literally started out probably as minimum as them or even less.
Of course, and this is the same thing again. I've mentioned this before on previous podcasts. I personally like to get, as I said, online PTs, fitness instructors from anywhere. The sole reason is for Anto here because obviously Anto's a personal trainer. He's not in the game long, but he does know a lot of knowledge, and it's also good for to sponge off.
It is absolutely, absolutely.
And even in terms of not even in terms of fucking the gym itself, in terms of marketing yourself, I said it's good for Tony and as well. It's good for me to listen to because I'm interested in the industry myself.
It does form a good argument as well with certain topics. So we will hit them as we go. But where did this all start? How did you? Because you did play football.
My background was always football, soccer, if you want to call that. Football was my thing, was my dream, and I was very all in or nothing way, in a great way. It was lovely because I'm from an area that's pretty bad, just probably like yourselves lads. There wasn't much resources for us. There wasn't much resources for many people, which is the downfall of some people, which is I'm probably this 1% or 0.01% of the state we live in who are actually probably self-employed or doing well or aren't involved in drugs or suicide, and that's just the realisticness of the world, unfortunately, lads. And as much as a nice story we will talk about throughout the day, there still has to come we always go back to that root of it. And football was my getaway. It was always like, because I was pretty decent at 12, 14, I kind of started feeling I was good. Played for Crumley United, which would be a big schoolboy team in Ireland. I was captain for the whole 7 or 8 years I was there. Took real control of that, took real pride in that one as a kid. Got a couple of trials, Man City, Leicester, when I was a kid, Ireland caps down along the way. And then as when you're around that circle, I wasn't at that pinnacle of it, that of the guys that were walking down the Jack Bournes of this day. But I was always wanted to be there. And I always saw that, and I always aspired to be, and it always kept me grounded and focused. Whatever was not getting involved with anything. I just didn't. My manager said he didn't want me involved in anything else. She said to me, like, if you went to bed with your football boots on, we wouldn't be surprised. That's how absolutely probably the way I am with fitness. Absolutely confident I was. So yeah, played ball, ended up going to Rovers, reserves, captain those for a year, was trying to get the first team, struggled a little bit. Then went to Shells, trying to get in there as well, up and down, you know, it's the way it is in the League of Ireland. It's going to hit or miss, a couple of injuries, which we can't just say it's all about them, but they come with stress and come with everything else. And that was my football career in a whole. And there was some failures as I got older, I got harder, and I stopped losing interest. And it happens when you get told you're not good enough, you stop wanting to be around the industry.
We've had one or two League of Ireland lads on, and they're only getting into the team now.
Yeah.
And Ben McCormick, for example, he's 18. He's played 19 games of first team football. But it is kind of a click, would you say?
So no, I don't want to say it's a click, because at the end of the day, here's the simple way. You can't determine someone's quality over an 18-year-old, 19-year-old. And I always, one thing I saw back at that, and I always say to the guys that come work with me is, some of the best players I know went over 18, 19 to England. And doing really well. Alan Brown, a good friend of mine, played with an Irish skills team, good lad. A lot of lads went over late, and probably better footballers now than the lads who went over at 16.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was getting told that 18, 19 year wasn't good enough, I was a boy, I was a kid. And like these 18-year-olds, that 18, 19-year-olds who are getting told they are good enough for it, obviously they're technically very, very good, but
they're not prepared.
No, the lad that's literally has worked for me, James Brown, was a trainer in the gym, gave it up last year because of his football career. He's now son of a black one. He's 24, 23, 24 years of age. Never got an Ireland cap, never got a trial in his schoolboy career. He's playing for Blackburn, who was second in the championship. He was told at one stage in his life he wasn't good enough for England, but he was playing in England. So that's not one of the regrets I had. I lost out hard from getting told I was good to no good. And as a 19-year-old to be told you're not good enough to be a 26-year-old playing in this league. So I'm not 26, I'm not 24.
Exactly.
And that's why even hopefully this young League of Ireland lads listening, young schoolboy lads listening, don't give up unless you fall out of love with it completely. But like, you can get there. There's, as a strength and conditioning coach now, and I think one of the questions we'll probably go through is what, as a strength and conditioning coach, do I know? If I knew what I know now, what I knew then, would I make it for it? 100%, 20%. But it doesn't mean I wouldn't have fell out of love with it sooner along the way like I did.
Yeah, so you have that route, as you said, is taking the criticism. But then Ben McCormick, for example, he's told he is good enough to play. He's been on trials here and there. Yeah. English teams want him, but he stood his ground and says, no, I'm not going to play first team, I'm going to learn it here. And then I'll make the jump. If you want me now, you will want me then if I'm playing first team.
Because that's what he was saying. He said he could go over to England now and play for the under 23s, whatever. It's either go play for the under 23s and the 19s, or go play first team football in the league.
Well, yeah, I think it's a good move to stay and play your. I think it's good to play with the senior lads, with the course. The league right now, especially with Donald, back to his friend of mine, obviously with Jack, and the Dundalk team has done so well over the last 4 or 5 years. They've had a really good team, so they've been hitting Europe and stuff. So these lads will learn very good experience. So staying here is more profitable for them, not in a financial way, but for themselves. Yeah. So staying here is better for them because they will. But obviously, they need to know when the time is to go. Yeah. Because the time to go needs to be done at a certain time that doesn't hold you back when you go there. As well as that, your career is very short. You want to make X amount of money to be able to live after the years of 30 odd, financially free or financially stable, which is something that you obviously all need to think of. It's not me to think of that. That's what they need to think of. Yeah. But yeah, listen, I love football. Football is something I love watching. I love being involved in, playing a lot of fellow I start hard with because of how serious it's got. game of ball, the smell in the air, all that type of stuff that you had as a kid, that kind of went.
Yeah.
That goes, it's not point being there, I know that's what I thought about it anyways. But these guys have it, and I love it, fair play to them. And I'm all go, and I'll help any the lads that come to me, whoever they are, girls, boys, kids, men, whoever wants to come to me and help them get to that next level, which thank God I have.
Yeah.
That's what I'm involved in now. And the lads who are doing well now in the League of Ireland, and they see a bigger obstacle for them, tell them to keep striving, lads. Keep striving, 100%.
It's getting more popular, I noticed, in the Irish football. The lads are taking care of themselves in the gym. Because I have a few lads who are, they've been at a stage young and they had a downfall again, and they're trying to get back into it. Yeah. But it's all starting in the gym.
Of course it is. It's strength and conditioning is installed into kids, into 12 years. That's something I found when I was going on trial. I was a boy going on trial when I was a kid. And you're playing against men. Yeah. I remember being in the 14 and City Academy and went over a couple of times. The lads were doing bench presses and they could move. When I was in the gym, I was on 14 and I swear to God I was like that kid. And one of the lads stand there, he's doing that another pec dance.
Terry Crews?
Absolutely. lads are sitting there and I'm saying to myself, like, we're miles behind. Yeah. Even though technically, probably better than him, no problem. This guy's a man. Do you know what I mean?
It should be off the ball.
At 14, 15 years of age. And that's why the Irish football has been held back. I've seen Shamrock Rovers for them. They were doing a lot of strength and conditioning stuff with them. With their kids, think there's like a TRX setup up there now. I'm not bang on 100%, some might want me differently. So it is getting installed into us a little bit more. Me, I'm pushing on all the guys come over, all the guys coming into me. I have a lot more. My clientele now, what I do on the daily would be more that, like sport specific stuff. Yeah. With boxers, footballers, and it's because it's so important. And once people know that, that's when you'll see the quality of not just football but sport in Ireland get better, because there's a reason why the Russians are winning all the Olympic medals, and because they're just instilled into them. I know we can talk about
we don't
crazy stuff about what's still installed into them from an early age.
It is, yeah.
Get into the gym and be the best you can be. Where like for me, I was training 2 or 3 days a week. I thought that was enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? As a 14-year-old, and then you've guys doing weight sessions, doing recovery, and then playing ball every single day.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Crazy.
Even America's the exact same.
America was actually ahead of it even more.
Yeah, they're doing the years in college and stuff like that.
That's where I would look at. For me, when I was trying to grow, I never looked at anyone in Ireland, and it's no offense to anyone in Ireland. To them, it's just such. For me, I didn't want to be like anyone. I remember when I started growing, I started wanting to be increasingly following and increasingly standard of training. It was always the UK and the US. So I was always watching what they were doing. Because if I was doing what they were doing, if I was doing trying to study or learn what they were doing, I knew that I could be at the top of the game over here. Not top of the game, but top of my game. And that would then be more beneficial to me in my business and getting the same type of clientele in.
Transfer over, yeah.
But what happens is in Ireland, you look at what the guy down the road is doing and the guy down here is doing, and they're all trying to be each other. And like, prep coaching is the thing over here, but like, has it got longevity? Probably not, probably yes, I don't know. But for me, it's
chasing the money, isn't it?
It's all about look. For me as a trainer, I've coached people for 7 years, lads. I've people lose shape, gain shape, lose shape, get in shape, non-stop. And if that's all you're training for, I would genuinely tell them to leave. Yeah. I need people to want to come and be mentally better, performance levels get better, grow as just a human being, because that's how I want my clientele to be.
Of course.
Not just some guy looking for a six-pack in 8 to 12 weeks and wants to go down and look like an absolute rasher in a photo shoot. Doesn't do anything, and that's being honest. Yeah. And I'm friends with all these guys who are online coaches. Some of my best friends, but there's a reason why I'm not going in. Not that I didn't go into that side of things, because it's too shallow for what I am. Like, I'm just could be a shallow. I could be shallow in other things, but not in my work. My work is something I'm very, very, very motivated and very, very, very much caught up in, and I dissect the fitness industry so much over the years that I know, I kind of feel like I know where it's going and where the right place to be is for me ethically. Because ethically, I'm like, are they a better person at the end of that? Yeah. Are you a better overall person? Picture, yeah. But you're telling me girls who are absolutely skin and bone and a photo shoot are more healthier than they were when they came into it. They're not.
It affects a lot of things without getting that down to that body fat. Even their cocks, some of them can't even sit down.
What do you mean they're not earlier?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I don't understand is you have these coaches doing these shoots, and these coaches compete themselves and get themselves into this state, and they can't even sleep at night. They can't even get a horn. Their heads are gone. But why introduce it into a client?
The is right, and it's like anything. It is what it is. People want that, so they give them. They're in the party industry. That's all about how you look. People will not do anything for a six pack, and they literally put themselves into a worse state of physical health to get a six pack. But I'm not putting. I don't want anyone down. That's just not me.
No.
I just can't do that. I just turn it away. Someone said, "How are we having a show?" I didn't need to do a show. Honestly, God, I never need to do a show because it's not me. Because it's not where I know where I'm ethically going in my life and what my clientele to be. I don't want them as my clients, so I don't do it. And no offense to any of this, because I tell them to go to this guy, that guy. Yeah. They do a great job. They're brilliant at doing it. But for me, ethically, it's not right. But that's me. That's not everyone. Some people will literally die to be a six pack and look good, blah blah blah. And that's them. That's other people's. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right. I'm saying for me, it's not right for me to get people in that way because I'm doing this a long time and I'm around people. And that's the thing, the difference between PT and online coaching. When you're around someone personally, physically, and you see the way they are hormonally, and that's why I always love the gym, the insanity, the group PT, all the classes we do, the team of trainers we do. We're around people to help them mentally, physically. The diet part that they do on their own, and you can stick to it as best as you can, and you need a bit more handy to be a bit more on top of it. But look, we want them people coming in good meals. Do you ever see someone to a week from prep? I used to have someone go to work with them.
You have friends going through it, they're like zombies.
I think he felt like sacking for the week before he was going to show. It's not used to me. I don't need my clients going around to someone rubbing the trainer's back saying everything's okay. This is mad. This is what trainers going around like. You're at that plateau with that fatigue. You're no use for anything. Nothing. Only for walking on the stairmaster and doing a few bicep curls. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, we see it. We see it all the time.
Like me personally, as I said, I'd never do a photo shoot.
It's not worth it. I get more in putting myself through a lot of tough training, and if I do a marathon or something like that,
now listen, the lads who are in that game will say different, and that's why I don't get into a row with them because that's their way, that's their what's it called?
Special
That's
getting
what they love.
something.
That's what they love, right? And I give it 100% credit for that, and that's what they love. Bodybuilding is great, physiques, stuff like that. That's what wasn't me. And then when people ask me to do that, I didn't get into it. And there's a reason why I think it's not there's no long term in it because it's not helping anyone's mental health in a better way. I don't think anyone in their right state of mind when they finish that photo shoot 2 weeks after that they are in a better mental state. I don't think anyone is. So that's what I'm saying. So if anyone would have a go at me, answer that question. Are they in a better state from being with you for 12 weeks on the 13th and 14th week? No, they're not.
Because even when you go down the photo shoot and you do the photo shoot, it's inevitable. You're going to put on body fat.
It is what it is.
It could potentially lead to an eating disorder down the line.
It is. A lot of people get a bad relationship with food. I notice that.
And that's what this. And then obviously a good coach keeps the clients on board. Give this reverse dieting. That's what they're going to say. Do reverse dieting and you keep them in control and get them back to their hormones levels and if they're taking anything else to get them back to where they want. It's just ethically. It's just for me. I just don't want to be. I don't want. Listen, lads. It's like having a hormone missus but 100 as clients.
Yeah.
We
can't even listen to half the lads we know going through it. We can't just walk away. They're pressing it.
I want my clients walking to my gym saying, Jim, I'm at the deadlifting 5 kg more this week. I'll be 5 k's at the down. Yeah. Performance over physique all day long. Yeah. And not in short here, not in the 8 to 12 weeks, but in a long time as a coach, I will literally look at what they do mentally and physically or how they look because it's very easy to get in shape with the right amount of the right amount of calories in versus calories out. I know I'm not even going to go through that because that's the buzzword around and calorie deficit this, calorie deficit that. And that's how you might get talking about that. But it's not that hard. It just takes a lot of hard work, a lot of disciplines, right? Now it is hard, but I was in like how would you call it? Scientifically, it's not that hard.
Yeah,
it's not.
The methods there.
Now it's hard to do, and it's hard. Not everyone's going to do it, and I respect that. But for me, as a coach, if we keep doing 12-week transformations and they go after 12 weeks, I'm going to keep losing clients every 12 weeks because after 14, 14 weeks, the heads are gone and you can't lose them. Where my clients are with me 2, 3, 4 years because they love being there and being a better person. And then on holidays, they come back and go, Jamie, can you get me back to that performance levels? It doesn't seem that far away. But that six pack, when they lose it, they do 12 weeks again.
I only chatted with a coach because he texted me. Ross been watching. Ross, I'm in it about a year and a half, nearly 2 years since the COVID came, and Ross with me since day one. And the coach said, "Oh, you're still with him," but to him, it's a therapy session coming in. He's hitting numbers. He got lean. He done what he wanted, and now it's just every 12 weeks we'll review, and he always wants to do something.
You're building as a young PT. You have to think, right? This is the best way to put it. You try to build up a small community. And we did this 7, 8 years ago. I built up a community of one-to-one PTs and classes. That's how Insanity became what it is today. It started with a small little room and with TRX kettlebells and big boxing bags. Lads, I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't pretty. I mean, it was hard.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, you just walk on that and you go, well, how can I keep people coming back? One person comes, I'm gonna make a tip, I'm gonna make a trick, I'm gonna make a fall. And the whole point of building a community is they come for you. They want to train with you. They don't like training some people.
Yeah.
So to go to the gym, they need just you. So to be with you for whatever amount of time it is them being just in the gym. When they go elsewhere, they don't go to the gym. I remember people leaving and go, was I went somewhere else to the gym? No, I didn't. I just didn't want to go to the gym. And I need you. Now listen, people bounce around with their thoughts of, I'm going to get better, this, better, that, better. No, you have to better yourself. The person's the problem if you don't get results. You can get a diet plan, anyone can get in shape. Do it, eat a half decent diet. Do your steps, eat well, sleep, stop drinking, drink water, live normal, and you'll be in half decent shape. I promise you, normal. We have this whole thing, and it's like, you use now for 26-year-old man right now in order. Have you heard what lads do on the midweek and weekend, yeah? That's not normal, some lads.
No.
It's not. I'm living a normal life, right? Like, I remember lads that I used to hang around with. I remember just flat in the gym just years ago, doing what I do now on a small scale. I'm like, you're mad, man. No, I'm normal. You're mad. Because what you do on those days that I train or sleep or do the normal stuff is not mad. It's normal. Yeah. And that's what happens is the normal is hard to do for people. It's very hard to do.
It's like going on a site and the lads are getting chicken fillet rolls, then just going home and watching fucking Netflix all day. Yeah. They take off the boots and just stay in bed.
That's why I get told I'm mad all the time. Because as I interview you done as well when you started, I'd be on site at 7 in the morning, finish at 3:30, and lads are saying, I say, what are you doing there? I'm going home to bed. But my day doesn't start because I'm in the gym at 4:30 till fucking 9 o'clock.
I respect it though, but listen, I'm telling you this now. I was called mad for years. Crazy. You're mad. Told them, gonna do this, gonna do that. Gym's gonna be this, gym's gonna be that. I'm not telling you that, lads. This is some of the 10 clients in the gym that's costing them. I'm not talking about a gym that's costing me that hadn't got enough to pay rent sometimes. At the start, you're trying to get clients and you do a bad class. All you do is 5 people are bleeding. There's a Conor McGregor fight on who's that was killing me. Yeah, and no one came for the week, anyone paid by the week. It cost you a fortune. Not a fortune, then it was a fortune, but now it's like not that bad. But you don't need the rent. And the lads were like, why don't you just get a normal job? Why don't you just normal job? I remember someone said to me, I guess an apprenticeship. And I was like, how are you in the gym? But like I said, everyone's going to keep going on to it. If you don't know me, look at the gym we have now. It wasn't that. It's a part of that. Yeah. There's 6 boxing bags, 6 kettlebells, 6 TRX. That's all it was. And I ran with that for 6 months, a year. And I made it the best 6 bags, 6 kettlebells, 6 TRX in Dublin. And that's what happened. Yeah. And when you make that, you then expand. You then get money, you expand. And when you expand, you employ. You get people that help you out. You tell them your vision, you ask them to get involved with you. And that's how you end up with X amount of employees and X amount of clients, but you stick to your guns. But like, anyone talking about, how can someone see my vision and think it's okay? Because it was mad, no one was doing it. You remember that? So I was posting back in 2014. How are you 19 I opened the gym in Insanity.
That's a lot.
Like, you're a crazy person. And like, I loved it. I love being crazy. Because if someone would have seen me vision, they'd be doing exactly what I'm doing now. Yeah. No offence, it's not many years.
And the worst is you're getting it at home. Oh, you're doing too much, you're doing it. Because you'll be doing that and then you're trying to train for a marathon. But they don't see where you're getting to.
Energy is such a thing, and the way your energy comes across can really frighten people. Yeah. When you're going around motivated and energy, and someone isn't, someone's in a bad place, that's the way they react. Oh, you need to that, because you're making them feel like they're not enough.
They're not doing enough.
You're not doing that for them. You're not doing that to be put them down. You're not. I've done it for years, and people are like, you have to relax and calm down a lot. Why? Because I'm making you feel the way you feel. That's not. I shouldn't first off feeling the way I want to feel. Because you feel this way. I'm motivated. Shit going around. I'm motivated the last 10 years since I'm a kid. I just pull into different sectors of my life and run with it. And if anyone gets in the way, they're out. Good luck. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about everything. You ain't on this boat. Good boy. This energy is this energy. going to let someone that isn't inspired, that hasn't got any type of goal in life, tell you what to do?
Exactly, yeah.
How can you listen to someone that, like, I only listen to people who are on at that level, and I'm talking about that level. People who are on companies worth millions. That's the only people I listen to. I'm not trying to be big headed, probably come across the wrong way, but so I want to be like them.
Yeah.
Whatever you know, I want to know. And whatever you talk to me on the daily, that's what we have on the daily, lads, in the gym, multi-millionaires, unbelievable business points, brilliant people. Love having around them. And they love having me around them. How do you guys feel? I'm like, right, if they like me having me around them, and I like being around them, there's only one way I think it's going to happen. It's going to
head together, yeah.
So, like, the people you're around is the people you're going to be. And you have to say, right, if they make me think I'm doing too much or I'm mad for trying to be the best person I can be, then you shouldn't be around. And I'm talking about family members, I'm talking about anyone. I'm talking about girlfriends, anybody who makes you feel like that. Go. And I'm being honest with you, because what do you have to do? You have to live unhappy to make someone else happy. Unless it's unbelievable true love, which I'm all for, hold my hand up and say go for it. That is the only thing that's going to get in the way. And even at that, your happiness is the most important.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think I can resemble a lot, because I started off with just a squat rack. Fucking up to 15 kg, or missing half the dumbbells and a rower. We started, 30 bikes, and we formed a class. And now even this morning, there's lads just walking in off the street coming in. We had 10 in, and we're in a new gym and everything. It's flying up.
But it will, because you're there.
Yeah.
And I always say to the trainers, remember this is something that, just turn it up, just be in it. Don't forget what you know, the knowledge you have and background and blah blah, whatever. Forget the course you've done, 4 years over over a course that took you 12, 16 weeks. Doesn't matter. Just being there.
Yeah.
Do you ever hear about people turning up that trainers not there? He's brilliant. He's not brilliant. He's not there.
Yeah.
How could he be brilliant? He's not use if he's not there. We're always there. I'm always there. No matter what, we're there. And so that's why I employ people, because tell you what, not only are we there at 6 o'clock in the morning, there's 5 of us there. And when you're walking in, there's 5 trainers and everyone's on it. And there's that vibe going around the place and everyone's buzzing. I'm training here. That's what people say. I'm training here. This is the place to train.
You have to held that, because if someone comes in and sees you on your phone or your head's down and you're not hitting them with the way you want them to be, they're gone. Their whole thing's gone completely.
Listen, you have to be on a different level when people walk in. If you're on that low level, right, which you will go through, but you need to learn how to, even when you are at a low level, to just pretend like you're not. Because there's nothing wrong with pretending to be in a good level to make other people feel better.
Yeah.
Because that's your job. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with that. So when you have people coming in as a trainer, you need to be there to help them. Because they're going through probably worse than you. I don't care how tired you are, you only got 5 or 6 hours sleep, had bad sleep last night. Some probably women's that are coming out after bleeding, fighting with her husband all night, or kids crying all night. God knows what's going to happen. I'm not saying there's anything true to those 2 things I said there, but that's what could happen.
Everyone has their own shit.
Yeah, so you have to be like, right, forget what I was going through. I'm here to help you. They're paying you to help them. They're paying you to listen to them. So forget what the night or whatever you had. You need to be there to help them the best and be the best you can be at that level at that point.
That's what's wrong, I think, with the industry, and I know we're not afraid to talk about it, because a lot of people are afraid to talk about it. You have people who are in the gym only a year and they're happy with how they train, and then they go do a course. They don't even know how their own body moves, and then they're trying to teach other people.
I don't want to say I've gone past that. That's something that's happening a long time, lads. To be honest with you, I stopped focusing on what other people do in terms of other trainers a long time ago. It's probably my biggest asset, because if I start taking my mind off me, I'm a very self-centered person when it comes to my job, and that's in a saying can come across whatever way it is, because I need to focus on me being better.
Yeah.
I can't focus on willy-nilly personal trainers who don't know as much as me, who aren't as motivated as me, and who aren't going to work as much as me. I can't worry about them, because if I do, then I'm going to do exactly what they want me to do and start duping down levels or coming down levels because I'm putting my energy on other people. All I want to do is be better. And it's like a catch me if you can phrase. You try to be as good as me and do all the things I'm doing in the space of time I'm doing it and start before you, they ain't going to catch you.
Yeah.
They're going to get a couple of clients here and there, 20 quid, but once
they never last.
€15 special.
Come on, I wouldn't even get annoyed by that. I wouldn't even care if they were flat to the mat, because at the end of the day, I know how much I'm worth. I know how much my team is worth, how much my equipment's worth, how much the brand is worth, how much I'm worth as a personal brand in the fitness, as we're going to call it, fitness influencer. I know how much I'm worth. And I can't look at what other people are doing, because then I'm starting to say, well, what am I against them and blah blah. Because at the end of the day, it's you against you. And I tell you now, you're a hard person to beat. You're probably not going to beat yourself, but you get up every day and go again. Where you start getting ahead of some fella, you go, take a handy now. Kind of do that at the start. Take a handy now, I'm better than him, this and that. More nice than him. That is bollocks. Yeah. You're not better than anyone. You're only better as what the day before. Yeah. You have to get up and go again the next day. It's simple as. And I know you can get caught up in that. But this is someone that's in 8 years of this. And I've been in a very, very early stage. I'm going to start looking at what I've done was, I'm a very competitive person. When I started off the PTing game, I remember I found out what time the local PTs were around me now, what time we started. And this is back when 6 a.m. was one that normal. The Ireland, obviously now. I said, run down at 6 a.m. And everyone finished at 8, I woke till 9. I got up at 6 a.m., they all started at 8. I was doing 3 hours of work more than them. I started at 19. They were on a year or two ahead of me. These guys who had their own gyms similar to mine at the time, small base, class based stuff. And I said, if I work 3 hours more than them every day, in a year's time I'll be as good as them. 2 years time I'll be better than them. 3 years time I'll have to forget about them because they're not worth even thinking about.
Yeah.
And that's where I got it. And I didn't say it before that, but that's how it went. The same, better, forget it. Because I can't forget about someone who's not worth even thinking about. It wasn't a competitiveness, there was no malice, there was no remorse, there was no badness. It was good to have someone to try beat. Yeah. And there's always good to try beat someone in your industry, like against Adidas, whatever you want to talk about, the big things, Man City versus Liverpool, in a brand even. Yeah. Like, that's okay to have that competition. But like, dwelling on it then when you get to a certain level is actually going to bring you down a level. And the level that you want to be on is, for me, is I'm looking at guys in the UK. I'm looking at gyms in the UK going, how can I beat that? How can I be what you do here and instill that? And it's not even a way of PTing, it's a way of training. And you've probably noticed my training over the last
You've got more functional fitness.
Functional fitness is in. Functional fitness is in. And if you're not on the functional fitness vibe, I think in the next 3 or 4 years, you're going to fall pretty far behind. And because of how good it is for your mental health, it's performance. It's so good to beat your own score every time you go in the gym. It's mobile. It's good for your functional body, walking, running, being able to move in different variations. You burn a shitload of calories as well, which help with the calorie deficit. Yeah. It's the perfect sense of training, and it is hopefully the future. I hope it's the future of Ireland fitness. Now it's only tipping into the scale now. We're kind of getting there forced, or one of the forces. A lot of people don't know others, but as a team of trainers, we promote that. We train together. That was one thing I wanted to do when I built a good team. The team we have now is absolutely amazing. Big shout out to the team in Sandy. But when we built that team, I said we have to train together, we have to train the same way, because our ethics and our way of coaching has to be installed in us. I can't train functional fitness and be a bodybuilder. It doesn't work. Yeah. It doesn't work. It's the belief system. And even when you're coaching it, you're not pushing what you really want, because you can see it in you. You can see it in, and I handpicked my team. My team is handpicked. Trainers. We've had, when I put up a space in the gym, we have 20-30 people going for this space in the gym, because it's a nice place to be. There's some of the biggest fitness brand owners trained there. Some of the biggest influencers know that trained there. Some of the biggest footballers know that train in the gym. And that's not coincidence, because of what happens in the gym. The gym is a breeding place for success, and because of what we want to instill as a team. And our team wanted to strive together and be the best we can be, and we're entering the National Fitness Games, which is on in April, and we're looking to hopefully do pretty well in it. Now, not as well as other guys in the UK who will come over who are actually smashing in 3 or 4 years. Yeah,
it's your first year, you want to stand well and learn from it.
Well, and that's what we want. We as a team, I always said this, when I go to the job, when I go to the work, I don't want to feel like it's a job. I want to feel like I'm with a group of people that I get along with, and we have the same beliefs, and we coach, because coaching is great when you have a good group. And then every time at break, we train together as collectiveness of, we're bouncing off ideas. So 5 trainers, 6 trainers is a lot better than one. Yeah. So no matter how good I thought I was on my own, I'm never going to be as good as 6 people combining together with their knowledge.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued. I want to learn more about this. What is the National Fitness Games?
National Fitness Games is a governing body from the UK, which is functional fitness, which is like, it's like a scaled CrossFit. It's like a way of people. It's like a CrossFit, but not CrossFit. It takes away some of the crazy stuff and brings in more fitness in health. I'm still new to myself in terms of doing it, but it's so big in the UK. It's kind of it's the noise between bodybuilding and CrossFit in the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
It has the bit of both. You can still look good doing it, still not crazy. I love CrossFit. I love CrossFit, watching it, I love being there and doing parts of it. There's other 60% of it.
Yeah, some of it's mad.
It's mad.
It's, it's fucking crazy. They had a marathon to do it.
100 meters
Doesn't
sprint.
do it. And the same thing with the physique thing. There is actually some parts of bodybuilding I love doing bench press. I love doing flies. I love doing bicep curls. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
But there's some parts of it that I think it's a little bit over the top. Same thing with CrossFit. I love doing Olympic lifting. I love swinging out of a ski erg or doing max calories on something. But I don't really like doing handstands. The gymnast stuff is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm probably not built that way. Probably will try to get a little bit better at it, but there's some parts of it that's just not me.
The handstand,
But what do I like? I like the combination of both. The functional fitness is kind of that, and it's just that it's because it's performance, it's because it's competition. Because I said already, I'm a competitive guy. Because it's competition, I need to be stimulated in my training, in my coaching. If I thought I knew it all 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, I'd be probably out of business. Because when you think you know it all, you think that's perfection, and there's no such thing as perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. I promise you now, perfection doesn't exist. Someone's thought of perfection could be thought of where I am now. I'm not saying that, or where some other guy is now. That is not perfection. Practice does not make perfection. Practice makes better, and better makes better and better and better. When you think you're perfect, look at the industry now compared to what it was 5 years ago. It's not the same place.
No.
It's always going to be that one step ahead.
It's perfect now, and you stop. It's not perfect in 2 years' time.
It's constant, isn't it? It's constant. It's like a doing a trade almost, isn't it?
That's it. The industry's always changing.
This industry is the quickest evolving I've ever seen in any industry in terms of it's so because I've been ever since 2014, and this was like bodybuilding was old school bodybuilding. Like I mean, these blokes were like wizards, yeah, and they are still really smart guys, yeah. And these were like the go-to guys. And then you'd have your commercial gyms which were always, and then you'd have your little class-based gyms like myself, where like the nice classes, the RX that's cheap and cheerful job. But the way it's in social media has took it and drove it forward. Thank God I've kind of gone with that, and I probably got lucky that kind of was at the age, and I kind of, how would you call it, dissected it, like I said already, the industry from different parts and said, okay, now take bits of this, bits of this, bits of this, put it together, be me in it, and then go with it. It's the reason why I've probably gotten a little bit more out of it than just say someone else. But like, the industry over the last 7 years has been, 8 years, been crazy how much has kind of flown on. And like, CrossFit 2 years ago was getting upended with a stick. And now it's like, actually not that bad, is it? And then in a year's time, it's like, that's actually good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay now.
And then, once you know, the way I like doing it is, I'm a very form-specific guy. The gym is very form. We keep everything really functional, really by the book and form. Like we'd have broomsticks for our first deadlift session, and everyone has to do the broomstick for the first bleed for the first session. And you're not allowed to lift the broom. If you can't lift the broomstick, you can't lift the bar. That's your saying. So everyone has broomsticks, and we're talking about 12 lads having about broomsticks.
12 broomsticks all over the gaff.
What I'm saying, like, if your mobility's not good, we need you doing more mobility before the session. We need you doing your yoga on the Saturday morning, which we have now. This is what we want to install. So when you have that really, your fundamentals is really strong, strong form, and then you bring that into your CrossFit, it's gonna be safe because you train safe.
Yeah.
When the thing about CrossFit is because some of it isn't safe because they don't have that fundamentals of form, and that's why functional fitness is great, because its fundamentals is actually doing things pretty well, and then making it hard as you know.
Absolutely. So we have a few questions from the viewers. I know you put a story up as well. Just submit the questions.
We should went through a few of them there.
We
Yeah,
did.
to be
We
fair,
did.
yeah.
A lot of it is probably.
You don't even know you should be talking half the time, don't you?
No.
That's just flows.
We were here. That's
So well here in all fairness, right? So
God, this was the lead podcast.
I'm gonna go through everyone's first. So
We had it was a good one off Darren
I
Moore.
do,
He's
yeah.
our coach for triathlons and stuff
Okay,
like that.
yeah.
And he's a client of mine, but he asked, do you have any plans of branding out and
Yeah.
opening up somewhere else maybe?
See, for me, it have to be right, and that's why so many people are quick to franchise out. Now, I made sure that I will have just come out today, you would have seen the whole place. I would have showed you where it started off over the years and the expansion, what way it went. Like we expanded that much that we changed the car park into an open gym.
I'm saying that because
Yeah,
I've actually never been out, but it looks unbelievable during the summer.
Yeah, like during the summer, and this is actually not bit funny.
Fuck that truck.
In May, where all gyms were closed, goes up. We ran amok. I'm not talking about ran amok. I mean, we had people traveling down from Derry, Cork. People saying that B&B's was trying to gym. It was absolutely crazy.
It's great. You can't be an outdoor workout though.
And the way we have our rack set up, we bought loads of some functional stuff, some CrossFit stuff, and we just ran with like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. outdoor classes for a full month. And I'm talking about lads, it was PTs just coming to train. Like lads walking around gyms just come and say, listen Jamie, this is it. This is the spot. In the summer, this is the spot. And I didn't even, for instance, I got lucky with it being with the COVID, and as lucky as you could be with COVID, if you want to say that. I went travelling to Dubai and Thailand, and all it was outdoor training. And I know Ireland's not great, but I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And like, my gym is bleeding hot. It's like it's an industrial building. Yeah. So like there's like tin roof and it's metal and that's so it's hot. There'll be shutters that be open. But if you can train us, if you had something to train outside with a certain point in time, people will come just for that.
Yeah.
And for me, from March or May, from April onwards, my gym turns into a Hollywood gym. Yeah. It's like two different seasons in the gym. So one gym, like sometimes gyms are just, this is the way it is, and one gym's not like that. Mm. It's like, hits April, and it's like summertime and it's empty, and then it goes winter, and then the heat chamber becomes more of a thing, and it's cold, so we have 35-degree room for people to go in there. So that's the buzz there, and it's great to have that. But in terms of expanding, I expanded as much as I can in that place, as honestly as possible. But genuinely, I don't think anybody else could have done that or thought of that, because it was crazy. It's crazy. I just have to keep doing things. Yeah. For me, standing still, in terms of training, even myself, this is why I've gone into the functional fitness, because I can't keep going in and doing bench press. I can't keep walking to the same room for the rest of my life, coaching the same way. It doesn't do me any good, and if I'm not in the right mental state and trying to progress, I can't expect my clients to progress.
You have to look
and be in a better mental state.
If you're going in there doing the same monotonous thing every day, you're going to fall out of love with it.
Absolutely.
That's one of my biggest advices or biggest traits to myself is I always have to keep moving forward. I cannot stop. And if I do stop, you'll see me, it'll come out of me.
Yeah.
I'll be in a bad mood.
It affects the mental state.
I think COVID with that even did, and I'm glad I went travelling just recently. I was away, and because I used to travel a lot before I used to like leave my gym and leave me trainers there and go away for 5 or 6 weeks to see what was going on in the industry. Yeah. Because if you think Ireland is a small place, and if you think you know it all in this oil in an industry that's worldwide,
you're lost when you go
crazy. But you have to go over and see what are people doing. What are the main guys that went to Bali, CrossFit Wellness Bali, unbelievable gym, trained in Point Fitness for 6 weeks in Thailand, went to Dubai with just recently within B1, which is where all the top bodybuilders are right now. I'm talking about seeing that's 3 different types of gyms I was in, and that's what I like seeing. What is the industry? What's happening in the industry? And when you come home with all those analogies of training, you can charge more. You can be a better trainer. But when you're sitting there and thinking, I know it all, you don't. The sooner you know you don't know it all, the better you'll be.
Yeah, absolutely. So would you ever open another gym down the line?
For me, it has to be absolutely perfect. I think for me, the next thing is it would be a step from what I'm doing now to something what would be just say out of this world. And I don't want to go into it because what I have in my head isn't being done, so I wouldn't want to get into it. Right. But what I have now, in terms of the outdoor facility no one else has in Ireland, the girl that's sponsored by, what's her name, Emma, she's McQuaid, is it?
CrossFit,
who I actually met, and we went to a rain event. It was actually Bellator, and she showed me her outdoor rack, and I'm showing her mine, and I was having a little bounce off each one. It's the only one I've seen on the island, and that's the Northern Ireland. I haven't seen an outdoor rack or an outdoor facility like mine, which for 4 or 5 months of the year is such a big asset, especially this year coming, where we can have more people, probably more events, bring in more brands to really function, try to really blow something up. That's where I'm at. And that's I have a plan. And each month is a stepping stone to that plan.
I think that's crazy because we only chatted this morning with a few of the experienced lads in the class who are obviously lifting the weight, they're moving well and all this. We were having the chat in April because we can notice the temperatures and all this. Obviously it's wet out, but we're going to move it out into the open range we have and just go outdoors. But that's crazy when you mention it when you
CrossFit
went
games
out.
can't shock, is it?
Well, no, but just even getting outside and the lads feeling
Yeah,
it.
that's
it's,
lovely.
it's a different environment.
Yeah.
And like, here's the best way of putting it. It's getting them training somewhere else without training somewhere else. Without paying anywhere else. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Because people
You
like
need to
jumping
make them want to come back
This
and
is
come
what
back.
I'm saying. This is why I like changing from winter to summer in the sandy. The winter is your heated chamber, your real hot, and then your gym, your inside gym, and then the summer it's outdoor circuits and outdoor training. It's very different gyms.
Yeah.
It's two different places.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you keep them stimulated, and they're not just going on. They're not going to the same squat rack for a year. They're not going to the same bike for a year. They're going to a different place, and it's great. And that's what I like doing. But along the lines, there's something I have planned. But we have so much to do till then, and like it's small things over a long period of time that get you where you want to get. The end goal is there, but I can't look at the end goal. I know what it is. But I have to do this, and do all these things along the line, and hopefully, by the time I want to do all these things, I'll be just there, and then you make that jump. But for me, the jump is too big to what I want to do, and lads, what I'm doing now is pretty big, so
Let's wait and see what's coming. Yeah,
that's what I'm
exactly.
saying. So
It's the little obstacles you have to hit first and just
I'm looking
keep
forward
ticking
to it.
boxes.
Looking forward.
Well, I have to pay a trip out one of the days.
We've been asked mad questions. I've been asked how big your attic is and everything.
James,
James Kumiski, how big is your attic?
the attic.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Look, I'm not getting it.
he's always texting me as well after.
James is a good lad.
Yeah, he's
James.
fucking.
Look, at least you know him, but it doesn't.
He's a good boy. He's a good
I don't know
buzz.
about attic. He's probably talking about the old shed. It's pretty big, bud.
Right.
What else do you have on that?
Another fellow obviously this is off your page. You think
It's
same as you up the flats for starters.
Right.
You think you're as fit as CrossFitter athletes?
Do you think you're as fit as a CrossFit
You know
athlete?
what? No, Jesus, no. These guys are absolute specimens, and they've dedicated their whole life to CrossFit. Like Sam Stewart and Jamie Heaton, who we link up with over chapter 2 fitness, big shout out to the lads, with Filippo as well, who helped us get to a decent level of Olympic lifting and CrossFit style training, which we'll need along the lines. These lads are doing this before it was cool. Before it was cool. And like for me to say, yeah, I'm fit as them, I'm fairly fit, but they're clean and pressing and blading 160s, 180s.
And they're going into fucking toast bars
Yeah.
for 20 reps. It's a
And
different
then-
ball game.
And like, I could do my weight probably with them and try to stay with them for maybe 5 minutes or 20 minutes, which means for 5 minutes I'm as fit as them. No, these guys are freaks, and I'd love to get to a similar level of that in what I could do, but it means dedicating my life to that, which means it take me away from what I do, which is social media, clients, just me in general, because they have dedicated honestly everything to that sport, and it's unbelievable, and credit to them, because that's what they deserve, and that's why they're training, that's why they're competing at on the biggest stage in the game.
It's unbelievable to see how big it's got.
Crazy.
Because I remember watching it, and down the Froning, he's obviously the fucking godfather of it, and then you had Fraser. But now everyone wants to talk about it.
Everyone,
They're popping up everywhere.
Because it's the good thing about it is because they're pushing their bodies through a serious performance level, and it's doable for anyone.
It's a great community, though. That's as you said.
Great community. We try to have that same community off that, but obviously the cross community is worldwide, and CrossFit as itself is very good. The community aspect is brilliant, and there's nothing you can really say bad about it. But it's just, for me, there's just some things I'm not like about it, like I said, everything else. But it's brilliant on what they do, and I just love the competitive side of this.
Yeah.
Like, even me and the trainers in the gym, we go against each other for 25, 40 minute watts. Afterwards, we're high five and knuckle touch, and I got you, you got me. Like, you need to get rid of anything bad you had against someone.
Yeah.
Where in the gym, where it comes to bodybuilding stuff, you have that competitiveness in a healthy way. I think it's quite bitter in some.
Who has the better lower body fat?
Yeah, in some things it's kind of bitter, and that's why I'm like, what do I like? I'm a competitive person, but I'm not a bad person. But like, I'm not envious of anyone around like that. So that's what I'm saying is, I'm competitive. So you're competitive. Let's compete against each other, and afterwards we go for a coffee. Do you know what I mean? And that's fitness.
That's what I think is crazy. You've many times we've done this.
Bodybuilding.
No, with the competitiveness with the workouts, when they had lads in, even we do battle of the pairs in the gym. Everyone pairs up, who can do the most rounds.
Great. It's exactly what it should be. It's exactly what the fitness should be, because you're not looking in the mirror against against someone and go, I look, because we could have totally two different genetics and totally different backgrounds and how we've eaten as kids and everything. And how can I say I'm better than you because of the way I look?
Yeah.
But when we go head to head in all levels of fitness, I'm talking about running around. We have like a yard in the gym because of the outdoor, which is like a 300-meter run, and like you could be doing a deadlift, doing a ski, doing burpees, doing a 300-meter run. You could do that 10 minutes. That in all, yeah, is going to bring out the best of all around fit fella than I am. And then over that, whoever stands, you could be, someone could be 10% more body fat than me, but if they beat me, that's good. Look, I have to beat them next time.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's no one better than anyone by having less body fat, and that's what needs to be said.
Yeah.
You cannot think you're better than someone because you've less body fat. I've less body fat most times of the year, but like that's not my biggest asset. And if someone thinks it is, I think it's pretty shallow. My asset is my mentality of what I want to be and who I want to do, and my knowledge in an industry that I love. That's my biggest asset. My arms and the way I look
Comes along, but it's not what
it
you're.
comes with eating healthy and living the life.
Living normal.
Living normal.
Yeah.
Exactly, absolutely. And you hit it on the head. And another thing I need to get into as well is genetics. People don't take genetics into consideration. Don't they?
They're looking at all these fancy people on
Yeah,
fucking
genetics.
line.
And I'm probably a little gifted, which my boys are slagging me up abs when I'm even when I have high body fat, but like that's probably just because I always had abs as a kid. I was always probably genetically had abs.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
I can't get annoyed over some fella who has mental set of lats and 6'2", because that's his genetics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said already, stop even in never compare yourself to someone else. Always just be better than you. Whether it's performance, even if you want to focus on your farm physique, which is important. If you're moderately obese or you're overweight, yeah, it's obviously something you need to look at and you need to be aware of. But like, be better than you. Can't be looking at someone going down the road and I can't believe he's 12 stone, and I'm 20 stone. That's not you.
No.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with you. You're what you have to deal with, and if you're feeling for like you're overweight, then you focus on you, then to be better than that. If you drop a pound a week, 2 pounds a week, stop stressing over it. Stress is going to make it worse.
That's it. Exactly. Right, let's get another question up here. You obviously got one, I think a relative of yours asked you, where are you mopping?
That's sister, isn't it?
That's sister, yeah. Always something. Real in the big brother's limelight.
Look it. How you doing? But another one. Best achievement of your life so far and why?
No, I've seen that. You know what? And I answered it in the question. I only did the question on my Instagram today. I always say the next. And I don't want to cop out, but if I dwelled on anything I've achieved, which some people could be minimal and some people could be unbelievable. Like, probably name off a couple of things and the people can choose themselves. Representing my country was amazing. Climbing Kilimanjaro with my family was absolutely amazing. I was only 21, 22. I vlogged it. I was sponsored by a brand at the time. That really got behind me. I really felt like I was on a level. It was in 2017 level then that wasn't really but where I wanted to be. In terms of social media and where the gym could be. Opening up the gym was amazing as well. Charity events, raising, I think I've probably raised over 50 grand for charities over the years. There's been amazing things, but for me to pinpoint one of them and say that's better and that's better and that's better and that, all those put together made me who I am now and will make my next thing better and my next thing better. And like, it's all those things were strategic, not strategic done, were done to keep me in the industry and be better than I was yesterday. And that's all they are. They're achievements, they're people's lives aspirations to some people, and I completely understand that. But if you dwell on them, if I dwelled on them, I wouldn't have done the next. And so for me, my biggest achievement will always be the next one I do. And like, even if it's small to some other people, for me it's important to keep moving forward and keep progressing, because as a business owner, if you stand still, you know you go backwards. Because once you stop, everyone else goes up. No matter how high on the table you think you are, you will always go backwards, but everyone else will move forward. So looking back, that's no good for me.
No, that was good, because I only seen Dorian Yates on the podcast, and your man asked him, he said, what is your greatest achievement? And everyone thought winning the Olympiad. He goes, sitting here today, because if it wasn't for everything in the past, then I wouldn't be here now. Exactly. And who knows what this is going to lead to next.
Exactly.
So you can't pinpoint one.
It's each one made you a different person at any particular time in life to go do the next. And like, would I have opened up a gym this is only, but this is not something I thought about. This is just like being as simple a form as I can, and doing Kilimanjaro and getting a few followers and vlogging for the first time get me is probably the reason why I have some 4 brand contracts at the moment. It's all a stepping stone to be a better person.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And like one thing is perfect and beautiful, and I dwell on it. And at the time, I love it. And you see me face, and I remember saying we did move with a manager during the summer, and I used to be really terrible with believe it or not, I used to be really terrible with public speaking. I used to be brutal. So we're not saying I'm really bad. No, I used to be really bad. I remember they asked me to be school. You provided me secondary school, which I had a great relationship with because I made it. It was decent at football, so I made like this Irish skills team at the time, and I think I said that already, but they loved me in the school a little bit. So when I opened up the gym, I think about a year or so later, the teachers, a couple of teachers came and actually be clients, but they asked me to come out and do a talk, right? And I was like, just about the fitness industry, and I was sharing. And at the time I did a slideshow for it, and I was in the slideshow. I didn't sleep for 2 days before. So many people was in the class? 8. 8. And I didn't sleep before that, I swear to God, right? And I went in and it was brutal, right? I came out and I said, right, I never want to be that anxious before anything again, so I'm going to keep doing this. Did another one. I was after my new college, I think I did a talk in front of 50 people, probably a year later, 6 years. I ended up being on a move with a manor, me, Rob Lips on stage, Rebecca, I kind of took charge of it, and 500 people there. Genuinely was, the hard work was done. Yeah. The hardest part of that moment
back at the force
was the 8 people in the field, and that's it.
When any chance were you in Blanchard on stage?
I was there for a chat at Blanchard on stage.
I met you at that.
Those things I didn't like doing them, and it wasn't something you were getting mad amount of money for, no, you were doing it for the financial aspect of it. I'm just need, like even today, I just need to put myself in an uncomfortable position, because what happens in uncomfortable positions, you grow. You progress, and like I said to myself, and I'm an ambitious guy, and I always said to myself, I'd love to be doing things on the greatest scale I could possibly do. So talking in front of 8 people, if I'm asked to do a talk in front of 8 people, I feel like I'm good enough to be asked to talk to 1,000 people. I can't talk well in front of 1,000 people, I can't talk well in front of 8 people. Exactly, yeah. So when I worked on that and I got better, and like this show, and I remember me and the lads went out with the lads afterwards, the lads that ran it, the lads New Dimensions, who this will probably be up for, just signed a contract for the year this year. Cali, the lads who, the owners of them, we went out and had to kind of celebrate the event, which was absolutely amazing. We were all kind of chatting, we were like, how's it been done? I said, I felt like they did really well, and we were talking about it, and I said, I was confident in that situation because of all the stuff I've done. And it was a build-up of all the years of hard work and uncomfortable positions that you put yourself in for that moment. And that moment is not only, that's just that moment then, but the moment will be the next moment, and the next moment. That's what I'm saying, but it's always next. And like, the thing you done last summer, I want to be 10 times better than this summer. This summer, I want, the next summer, I want to be even 10 times better than that. And that's the way I would want to grow, and that's the way I put myself in these situations. Because, like I'm saying this to anyone, if you get asked to do anything that you feel anxious about, do it. Yeah. Absolutely do it.
It's horrible up until it's over.
It's the worst thing in the world until you start. Exactly. And as soon as you start, every negative thought you had, all the people you thought would laugh, anyone you thought that wasn't going to watch you, look, and when you start getting eyes and gauges and people's are absolutely intrigued of what you're saying or doing, and not everyone is, I'm not going to say everyone's doing it, but when you do it and you feel that, you feel like, right, I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. I'm made to be here, or I've earned to be here. And like what you've done or what you're doing in your life, and you feel anxious about it, and you do it, and you feel like you've done a good job, keep doing it, because you'll do a better job. Or even if you feel you did a bad job, because they've done bad jobs all the time. I remember I started PT, and I remember some girls like me, that was the worst PT session I've done in my life. Yeah, it was brutal. I was absolutely stinking, lads. It was brutal. When I started off, I was brutal. Didn't know anything about anything. But I said, I'll only be better tomorrow. And what happened was, it was better the next day. It's better the next day. Better the next day. Better the next day. Yeah. And now, the team of trainers that work for me. So I mean, you cannot let one person's negative thought on you, or negative, what they think you do, get in the way of you. In fairness, you probably went to a PT before. And me said, this fella hasn't an notion. It's how you learn. It's about what you're going to learn.
Absolutely. Right, let's see what other questions we have. I have a bit of one here.
Would you get the team over to the Arnolds? They do all they do even the games as well. We were over there in October.
Well, I don't have
Yeah, and then in Birmingham.
Okay, I haven't seen it. We're so that's the National Fitness Games.
Yeah, they have their own fucking name, but it's quality.
Yeah, looks at the lads march on and all in the UK. That's what you're kind of looking at.
Oh, this is just for even ordinary people. You can form a team with your friends and just register for it.
Yeah, no, well, fairness, we're going to compete. This is our first one. We'll compete together in April. All going well. We'll see how we do. I'd like to then go to London and maybe next year probably compete in Dubai. But listen, this is all dependent on how we do. But that's my stimulation. I want to train like an athlete. I don't want to be an athlete. Yeah. I'm competitive. Like for me, gyms and insanity and making a living is only one side of what I do. And I don't like I used to dwell on that and be like you consume me and it make me not want to train because I'm so obsessed and this. But like me being an athlete and helping me get the best out of my body and mind, it's going to make me a better coach. It's going to make me less stressful. It's going to make me build a team. Gone, is it?
No.
It's going to help me team come together better than ever. That when we go to work, they're going to be such more of a better unit than if you didn't train together and you didn't compete things together. Yeah. For me, it's I don't want to say it's strategic, but it's the right thing to do for the business for us to compete together as athletes.
That's what got you there in the first place, Jamie.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Like, even you for yourself, obviously you went down the gym route now. You're obviously into functional training. You were in the same boat. You went there. You started off doing the bodybuilding route, and now you're doing the triathlons.
Yeah.
So I think.
And now I'm coaching the functional fitness and training lads who do marathons and triathlons. And
you're actually encouraging the things that you learn in the sports that you're learning now into it. So you
have to. If you can't teach something you don't like, as you said.
No, you can't. It comes off, and that's why.
Yeah, people notice it.
But that's why even of course you do. That's why I even I do one-to-one PTs with 12-year-old girls, right? 12-year-old girls who want to be first footballers because I love it.
Was Rachel Kelly out with you?
No, Niamh Farley, who's give her a shout out. Niamh Farley, who's trained me for about 2.5 years. Female United, and then she signed for Glasgow. Glasgow girls who are usually winning the league. Yeah. I've another couple of girls, a couple of lads who've done well. Obviously James, I found a couple of lads who've done really well in League of Ireland or made a little step above. Another girl that's really good, Jessie Stapleton. She's training with me now. She's with me since we were 14. She's a good prospect, but like I don't want to. She's definitely listening to saying now, but I don't want to be saying too much. But she look anyone that trains me, all the girls. In fairness, I give them a shout out. Casey, Rebecca, little Bobby, who's only 11, he's a little superstar. But like these lads, these people have something special.
Yeah.
And in fairness, I have to say thanks for their parents. They see that's something that I can do to get them to the next one. And I know I can. I know what but you need them to grow into the person that you need to be to take on. I can only help them physically with plyometrics and speed work, and strength work, and core stuff that I didn't know and do, which I do with, like I said, the Jack Bourne stuff. But they need to develop into the people mentally to be able to take on the challenge that is going away to England or going abroad, because that in itself is something that I've never taken on. As in actually took on in terms of contracts was around, but it's 1%. It's 1%. It's very tough.
Yeah.
So tell me this. What is, I know from obviously just having a conversation here, you look more into this.
Yeah.
But what is your goal for 2022 in a nutshell?
2022 for me would be, we have a few. For
the
me,
Joe Rogan show.
No, for me it's events. For me it's events and bringing people together. Like we have such a great community in the gym. Like I said, with the trainers, I want to give them a shout out. Siobhan, Aaron, Enya, Richie and Sophie, we've built a great team, great unit, and it's going to work so much easier now. The gym is running better than it ever has. Everything is running so smoothly. And for us, I want for us to be able to keep our community and the community of clients we have, and keep and make it as best as we can for them. And over the time, being able to bring people who can't come to the gym on Friday or Monday, Saturday, and give them an option to come and showcase what we do as a gym, as a style of training, because it is quite unique. I'm not being biased there, because that's the whole point of me coming. I want to promote something, and what we do is it's quite different than most other gyms in terms of it's not CrossFit, it's not just your everyday class-based gym, it's not your commercial gym. It's quite unique, And when you come, you realise and you know the buzz, you know the vibe, and I'm singing and laughing around the gym, which happens on the daily. You know, everybody doesn't sound like it, but things like it, but happens on the daily, and everyone's happy, and it's a really nice place to be. I want to be able to bring people like we were in the summer from all around Ireland to come and be like, right, this is the place to be when there's an event on, and like showcase what we have to really broadcast my love in the fitness industry, which is very, 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 very deep, and I want to make sure that people come, and when they do come, they remember coming to the gym.
Forming an identity, and that's the hardest part in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a spot on.
I think that's something that we've done pretty well, and not because we tried. Of course, we tried. Our branding's everywhere. You walk into the gym, I'd say there's 20 logos. When you go into the gym, there's probably one logo. So the reason why there's 30 logos because every time someone takes a picture, the logo has to be there. That's your branding. Every time any of the girls who have big followings come in, any Kelly, Charlie, and we could name loads of machine eggs over the years. God knows how many people have gone in with serious followings. Every time they took a picture or a video,
The name's there.
I actually did notice that as well.
but that's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
That is branding. That's it's highest order, and like it's that much in your face that you nearly don't even realise, and that's the whole point of it. And like for me, getting insanity out there and being as best branding as we could be, and then what comes with it? You come with a sort of training and a community and a team of trainers that is there's really good, which is really quite unique and it's really great, and that's what people come for, and that's why we'll always have, hopefully, which we'll always have a good core amount of clients.
Tell you, bro, you're very inspiring, especially for someone who's only starting off.
Appreciate that.
And I've learned a lot from you, and we'll have to pay a trip out soon and get a session under the belt. I'll do something just to get used to it.
Yeah, we listen. This year, that's why I came out in January. January is our busy time of year, and for me, this time of year to do a podcast is probably a bit madness compared to all the stuff you have to go through. It's not just dealing with clients, but running a pretty hectic business which has booking systems, which has so much stuff going on, doing online coaching, brand stuff. Everyone wants to go through contracts and your stuff for the year this year. But I wanted to make sure that I did this because there's so many PTs right now who need to listen to this because they will get caught up in just doing hours. And it's not about just doing hours. It's about being on it on every single form you can in branding yourself, being on it with your social media posts. Like I remember I took on a videographer and as a 8,000 followers or whatever it was, and I was a bit manic at the time, but I had Aoife and Erin McGregor training me for the first time, really big kind of influencers, and I wanted to get that out there, showcase it. I was spending money on videographers I hadn't got, but I was spending all my money on them. I was like, literally had no profit, just that was what I was breaking even, but I knew it would snowball. I knew I would get more out of it. And I knew that if 50,000 people seen a video of me training her, how many people can I get off that? And it's obviously worked, but like it's not for the one who's trying. You have to see the picture and go, this is what I'm doing. No one else is doing that. Let's be realistic here. No one else is spending all the money on a big videographer who was like, at the end of the day, you make your money, you have to live. I was like, I'd rather not go out on the weekend or have leave and get myself a nice pair of runners this week because I'm spending on what's going to be more important to me, showcasing my qualities as a trainer, which is another thing. People are trying to become online coaches and online influencers before they even have that brand and before they have that coaching as good as it should be.
Exactly.
I only start showcasing myself when I knew my product was good. Now my product is excellent now because of the time of work or time and effort I go into it. It has to be excellent because if it's not excellent, then my trainers aren't doing a good job. But I knew my coaching was very, very good, and that's when I start bringing in social media influencers to showcase that. Imagine having a brutal pair of, just call it a pair of runners that fell apart when you ran in them and the laces kept on tying them, and you give them to someone who has a serious following, you're doing your brand, that product, an injustice. Get the product right. Get your shit right. Stop trying to be you can't skip the queue here. There's no queue to skip.
Very good analogy, actually.
There's no skip of the queue. There's a reason why it took me so long to get this X amount or whatever. Probably some people think that's short, but that's not short. That's a tough long time. Yeah. You have to get your product right. Your product and your service is the most important thing of you as a trainer. Your training services isn't up to date. You can't be an online coach. Stop trying to be one. If you can't be good at one-to-one PT on the floor, you can't be an online coach. So I'm trying to be one. Okay? And if you can't be, if you're no good at PT or talking to people and you're trying to be an online influencer, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Get your shit right.
Yeah.
Get the fundamentals right. Before I can do an Olympic lift, I do a deadlift. If I can't do the deadlift right, I'm not gonna show the Olympic lift. Simple as. Same thing in PT. You can't do your one-to-one PTs right. You can't be an online coach. You can't be an online coach. You can't be an influencer. You can't have all the nice brand sketching and all the fancy things because you have to do the right stuff. You have to put the years in. And whether it's on the floor, in a steel container with 6 boxing bags and 6 kettlebells and 6 TRXs, you have to do the work.
Absolutely. And I want to sign off here and say thanks very much. Again, because we know you're very busy. You have a very busy schedule. You have fucking brands and all that, and your fucking clients up your whole.
Those lads.
We really appreciate you taking the time to come out to our lovely little room here.
Yeah, no, this is it. My parents were meant to do out of the gym, but I said to the lads, unless we all want to have big jackets and hats and gloves and scarves on. It's it was really nice. I appreciate you having me, lads, and I hope a lot of the stuff I said, and this is why I'm very motivated and very energetic in what I do and say, because the industry is becoming more clustered and becoming more fuller, more busier, and I want the level of coaching to be higher than it is now, and I want people to stop thinking it's an easy game, because it's not, and it seems like the easy way to go to, but like don't think it is, because for us who put a lot of time and effort into it, we need the industry, we need everyone in the industry right now. We need it. The industry is great to have people in it, but only for the right reasons and the right mindset. And myself, I'm here, I'll do these all day long. Once the people on the end of it are ready to listen and ready to do it the right way. And the right way is to literally help people. That's our job. Help people. Don't ever forget that. That's help people. And it's to help people on the biggest scale as you can. And if that means employ as many people as you can, or get as many followers as you can, or as many online clients as you can, you have to do it on the biggest scale possible. And I want to help as many people as I can possibly. And that's what I can do.
Appreciate that. And then that's my biggest advice for today. If you're a personal trainer or an online coach, I'd recommend listening to this. And I'm going to make it
You probably do alright if you did.
No, but we do want to say as well, obviously thank you to you, but thank you to everyone else who tuned in to the last one and showed support. We've shot up with a lot. So this one as well, please do show the support, and your feedback has come into consideration. You're like a Pep Guardiola with your hands, aren't you?
I'm the king of sign language apparently.
Back
the table, and also the sound issue will be resolved in the coming weeks as well. So, and we have also obviously it was huge getting Jamie, and we also have other big guests.
Yeah. We've got a lot coming in, so please do keep in tune.
Don't just tune in to us just because Connor was on.
There's nosy man.
So we just want to sign off here again. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And we'll definitely be up in the gym at some stage. We'll let our south side's territory, won't we, Tony?
We'll get no it's over there, yeah. Right.
Thanks,
Thank you.